Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to talk about accounting and bookkeeping for transportation and logistic industry. This will be the few topics that we're going to cover in this video. So let's start with the revenue and income tracking. In revenue and income tracking, you will need to record all the sources of the income, such as your fridge charge, your shipping fees, your any other services that you were providing, like the cargo services that you are giving. This all the streams of your revenue has to be properly recorded appropriately and as per their categories. Okay, and make sure that the revenue is categorized as per the customers, as per the route they are going to, and the service type that you are providing to them. Okay, this all will help you. The categorization of the services and the revenue streams will help you to have a better financial analysis. Next is expense management. In expense management, you will need to keep a detailed record of all the expenses that you are doing, like the fuel cost. When you are doing shipping, then it must be having some kind of fuel cost. Then the fuel cost, the maintenance of that ship, maintenance of the cargoes, and other maintenance and repairs that you have done. Okay, and the insurance premiums of your ships or your business, and other employee salaries that your particular employees that been doing that lifting and shifting, this their salaries, and lease and rental of the vehicles. There are big cargoes. When you put them on transportation, then there are certain kind of machinery or vehicles are being used to uplift the cargoes and stuff. So this rental of that, all this vehicles will be calculated in expense management. And other facilities that you've been providing, you will also need to categorize all the expenses to as per their categories to have a better cost analysis. Next is inventory management. In inventory management, if your business is having inventory like some warehouses or some godams and anything like that, you will need to track all the inventory stocks appropriately. So it will help you to see if there are any losses due to the damage, or if there is anything that been left. Depreciation and amortization. In this, you will need to account for the depreciation and amortization of your assets, such as your vehicles that been depreciating over the time, and the equipments that been depreciating over the time. This is very important for your financial analysis and for your tax purposes and future analysis of your assets. Next, we'll talk about cash flow. In cash flow, you have to monitor the cash flow, like the inflows and the outflows of the cash, and you have to make sure that there is enough liquidity of your cash has been left to cover your day-to-day operations or day-to-day expenses. Okay, and also when it comes to pay salaries to your suppliers or pay payments to your suppliers, then the liquidity will help you in that too. And also you will need to handle unexpected expenses, like like if there is an accident or anything like that, then this is called as unexpected expense. Then you have to be ready with for the unexpected expenses, and your cash flow will help you in it. Next, we'll touch base the account payable and receivable. In this, you will need to maintain an accurate record for the outstanding payments that you haven't collected from the customers of yours, and also you will need to follow up the account payables, like if you have to pay your some certain kind of fees to any of your suppliers or any of your vendor, then you have to be ready for that, and have to be record all this accounts payable and receivable for your businesses. Next is tax compliance. In tax compliance, you have to stay updated on the tax regulations and obligations specific to your transportation industry and to your logistic industry. This will help you, and also you have to make sure that you do appropriate and accurate reporting of the taxes, and this taxes will include your sales tax, income tax, or any other relevant taxes. Now let's see the bank reconciliation. In bank reconciliation, you have to regularly reconcile your bank statement with your accounting records. This will help you to identify if there is any lost transaction, or if there is any error in your transaction or anything like that. This is very important to do bank. Profit margin. In profit margin, you have to calculate and monitor the profit margin of your various services or the routes to identify the areas which are more profitable than other areas. You have to calculate this. For this, you will need to do the profit margin thing. Next is vehicle and equipment maintenance. You have to keep detailed record of the maintenance schedules and the cost that you have done, or the other vehicle usage that you have done. You have to maintain and keep a detailed record of all these things. This will help you to do a cost control, and this will also help you to make sure that there is safety and reliability in your assets. So every industry has some indicators that shows the growth rate and the track success of that particular industry. So here we'll touch base some of the key performance indicator that shows the growth rate and track success of the transportation and logistic industry. The first indicator is on-time delivery rate. This indicator will measure the percentage of the shipments or the orders that been delivered on time. How much orders that you were having and how much orders that you have delivered on the time. Okay, and this indicator is very crucial for the customer satisfaction and for the contract compliance. If you are doing shipping, then it's a contract compliance. You have to deliver particular thing on a particular time period. Okay, and if you are doing some delivery services like logistic deliveries, then it is very important for your customer satisfaction to deliver their stuff or deliver their orders on the time. Next is load utilization. This indicator will calculate the percentage of the cargo space. What was the percentage of the cargo space being used in your vehicle or your containers? And next is fuel efficiency. This indicator will monitor the efficiency or the fuel consumption or the mileage of your vehicle to identify the fuel efficient practices. How can you practice something like that will give you more mileage on your vehicles? Next is inventory turnover. This indicator will measure how quickly your inventory are being sold or being moved through some of your warehouses. Now, safety metrics. This indicator will track the accidents rate or the safety incidents that happened or that occurred while traveling or doing the transportation. Now let's touch base the cost per mile or cost per ton mile. This indicator will calculate the cost of operating a vehicle per mile traveled or per ton that have been transported. Now let's talk about customer satisfaction. When it comes to a transportation or logistic business, customer satisfaction plays a very crucial role. So in this you have to gather a feedback or you have to gather feedback of your customer satisfaction through, you can do through some surveys or you can do a review system for it. You can to access that satisfaction levels with your services. Next is driver performance. When it comes to transportation, driver performance is very important. Okay, so here you will need to evaluate your driver's performance based on the factors like that, how much delivery they are doing on time, and what are the accident rates that happening while delivering or transporting, and what are the fuel efficiency while he drives your vehicle. Next is revenue per mile or revenue per ton mile. This indicator will analyze how much revenue is generated from each mile that you have traveled or the ton mile transported. This indicator will help you to evaluate the profitability of different routes. You can try different routes to save your fuels and other costs. And last indicator is return on assets. This indicator will measure how efficiently your assets such as your vehicle, your warehouses are generating profits, are generating revenue. Okay, so this indicator will help you to identify your underperforming assets. Like what are the underperforming assets that you have been having, like the cargoes that are not being utilized so many times, but your vehicles being utilized or your warehouse is being utilized. So this indicator will calculate all these things. And here at Meru, we have a team of experts that do accounting and bookkeeping for the logistic and transportation industry. And here we use some of the streamlined and flawless softwares for accounting and bookkeeping. So that was all for the today's video. Thank you and have a nice day.